What's up, guys? This is Dr. McFarland, and I think I'm actually going to have a clear picture tonight. This is looking pretty good on the screen, so maybe you'll get to see the settings that I use and all that for once, instead of just seeing blurry, flushed out blocks on the screen. So, alright, so what I'm going to do tonight is mainly concentrate on the Who. And there was a few comments about getting basically a huge guitar sound but without a lot of gain. And if you listen to any of those classic rock tunes, there's not a whole lot of gain going on. It's just they're fairly clean setups. And so what we're going to do is look at a few different amps, see how they sound on like a medium gain level, and also crank them up a little bit just to see what the contrast is. And then from there we can kind of find a good happy medium between too clean and just the edge of breakup, and also pushing it over the edge with a little maybe a boost pedal or something like that. So what I'm going to do is go to YouTube, type in Won't Get Fooled Again. Is this a pretty good song to start off with here? And I'm gonna watch this video for a second because I want to see what amp he's using. I know he uses mainly like a 4x12 cab, or like a full stack kind of thing. Pete Townsend is jumping around on the stage, being crazy. Alright, so let's go to our sugar down. He's using a Les Paul. Alright, and he's using a high watt kind of amp. So what I'm going to do, alright, so high watt. It's kind of similar to, I don't know, maybe a Vox, maybe MS-30 kind of sound. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll start off with a, let's start off with the Vox. Let's do a boost mod. And we'll not do an AC Blue this time. We'll do a Classic 30 speaker on axis. And so we got gain and we have master volume. All right, here we go. Without delay. So it took me a little intro there, but we're gonna get started with some tones. So bring the bass down. Alright, so right now I'm not feeling a lot of like just girth. So, and this could be a few different things. So the louder you get something, the more the louder you get the amp, the more you're gonna feel the amp in the room. And that's what we all want, but how do you get that on a virtual amp like this? Because I have the master volume all the way up, so let's raise the gain up a little bit to 60%. See where we're getting at here. Okay, when I dig in, Okay, let me see what key the song is in. He's playing the key of A, but I'm sounding in the key of D or B flat right now. All right, so maybe he's playing half step down, or I don't know what's going on. So. For the game. Alright, so far that sounds pretty good. We got the master volume all the way up, so we're getting a lot of power tube soak. We can crank the mids up maybe. Good, let's check the output now. Alright, so we're getting in the yellow. So that tells me that I need to bring the rig volume down. So what's going to happen is you're going to get it sounding good for one rig, and then when you swap to another one, it's either going to be way louder or it's going to be way softer. So if you always measure your loudness by how many green bars you have, then you're going to be more consistent. Alright, so at this point I can turn up my studio monitors to hear everything louder. Right, or you can turn up the master volume over here to the left of the screen. Alright, now let me show you what happens if you take a boost pedal. And we're just going to do the white boost. We're going to turn the gain all the way down, the volume all the way up, and leave everything else where it is. So here's the before, and here's the after. Alright, so you can hear that there is a significant volume boost. And just checking the comments here. Alright. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find the place where it's about even, but we're still driving the amp a little bit. I'm going to go to my global settings. I'm going to try turning down the LCD, and that makes it a little bit better so you can actually see the screen. Alright, so you notice that we have 0 gain. We're just simply pushing more level to the front end of the amp. So alright, now we do have an option to double this amp, and let's say we take I'm really trying to figure out what a high watt would be closest to, but let's just try MS30. So we got a volume and a master volume, and we have a treble bass and a cut. So let's turn the cut down. Let's not put the amp in there just yet. All right, let's boost the amp a little bit more. Alright, so what you want to do is get the amp set to where when you play lightly, it'll be clean. And then when you dig in, it's hard. Alright, I'm liking that, so let's check the white boost one more time. Turn the level down. Turn the bass down. Alright, let's get 2 levels of boost here. Let's do the JRC as well. And we're going to also turn the drive down. Keep the tone down below 50%. Alright, so it is pushing the amp more, but let's find a good common ground between the on and off state. And let me put this in stop mode so I can turn things on and off a lot easier. Alright, this is also pushing a lot more mid-range into the amp. So it would sound great if you had one guitar using the JRC and the other guitar using the white boost. Because the white boost is simply, well, boosting all the frequencies equally, and the JRC is boosting more of the mid-range frequencies. So let me go ahead and take out the cab and the amp. And let's move the JRC here and the white boost there. And let's save this as won't get fooled. Alright. So this is the Who tonight. Won't get fooled again. And let me Google. Do some Googling here. I'm going to look up, if you'll type Pete Townsend high watt. I just want to see what the controls are for this thing. Okay. Come on. I wanted to see bigger. Alright, that's not doing it for me. There we go. So we've got a bass, treble, master volume, and then there's a volume for each of the inputs. So this basically just a souped up Marshall kind of amp is what I'm seeing here. You got your 4 inputs, you got volumes for each of the 4 inputs. Then you got bass, treble, and master volume. So, alright, cool. So with that said, let's just simply change the amp. And then we can save it to something different. So let's go to a Marshall. And let's say it's a J45. Normal, high. No, I don't want to do that. I'm trying to find something that's as close to normal, treble mid bass. I don't want treble mid bass. Plexi mod. Gain, presence, master volume. Plexiglass 50. Okay. All right, I think they're all going to have that mid option in there. All right, let's just go with this one. See what happens. I don't want to waste a lot of time trying to figure out the amp. All right, let's make this the 30 watt again. Let's put it at 57 on axis. All right, see where we're at. All right, and that is already too much gain, so let's turn the gain down. Check the output. All right, so let's bring this output up. Because I always wanted to be 3 bars below 0. So that way we're staying consistent. Let's pick another Who song. Who song? Let's do My Generation. This is going to be more of a... All right, let's not do that one with this amp. The Who, let's do Barbara Raleigh, because I know that has a pretty big power chord kind of stuff going on with it. All right, so the piano comes in first. So it's not full-on guitar just yet. Drums come in and it's still piano. Guitar hadn't really done anything. And it's like a minute into the song. All right, it's in the key of F. And there's the guitar at about minute 50 in. All right, so it's still not that crunchy sounding. So let's bring the gain down even more. Not bad. Let's put the gain on 30%. All right. And we're going to call this, save new rig, we're going to say BBA O'Reilly. Go. can still hit it with the JRC, which makes it a little dark. It makes it too mid-rangey. So where you're getting all the power in this song is from the lower octaves of the piano as well as the bass, and that's filling up a lot of the sound. So therefore the guitar doesn't have to be this huge monster that we all think it is. And the guy who suggested this was right. It's like the Who does not have very high gain tones. You might think it does because he's got a wall full of amps and whatever else, but collectively they're all working together just to make a big wall of sound. And it's not really so much about the gain, but it's just like the pure volume. So if you can get a good edge of breakup sound and then just crank it up through your Headrush FRFR speaker, or maybe you're using the effects return of a amplifier, you know, little preamp gain, crank the master volume all the way up, and just get the sound pushing. And that's pretty much all you need. So all right, let me listen just a little bit more. Zig it on. All right, a little bit. I mean, we can stand to have a little bit more gain. Let's do 40%, okay? Turn the bass down. Turn the mids down. All right, let's do 35% on the gain. All right, cool. So that's a good Marshall example. Yeah, I think it sounds pretty good there, Bobby. Let's do the white boost again. So that might push it too much. Now, you get a good piano player and bass player in the band, you know, keeping the low end down, and you just kind of rake those big chords over the top of it. It's gonna sound huge. So all right, let's pick another song here. Let's pick another song. All right, I am gonna do My Generation, and I'm gonna use the so it's from 65. So at that point, they're using like small combo amps, probably a Vox of some sort. I know, you know, Fender amps were out at that point. So let's go to New Rig. And I'm glad everyone can see the screen a lot better this time. So we can either do like a Tweed Bassman, we can do a Princeton amp. That's pretty cool. He might have used a Fender Twin. I mean, I don't know. Let's do a Princeton here. And I did get a comment one time on my video that, hey, are you putting the cab at the end so you're kind of mimicking an effects loop between the amp and the cab? And that's exactly what I'm doing. So if I add in a reverb, let's just add in a short room here. Turn the mix down like that. So I'm basically placing a reverb pedal in the effects loop of the amp, and it comes in before it hits the speaker. So okay, not a big fan of that. sound. Alright, so this song is fairly dry, so we're going to take out the reverb. And let's check out we got a 414 condenser. Let's put a 57 on there. On axis. We can try an 87. That sounds good. Let's try the 67. Off axis. Okay, I think they all sound very similar. Now, another thing I don't really mess with a lot is the breakup. So let's roll that up and see what happens. It's supposed to mimic like the sound of the comb breaking up. Yeah, I kind of hear it in there. Let's look at the amp controls. So this one does have just the treble and the bass, and it has a single volume. And it's got intensity for the tremolo, which I love tremolo. Man, it sounds so good. Oh yeah. Very lush. All right, let's crank up the amp. Down. All right. Yeah, it's just a good clean. And he's playing a Telecaster on this song as well, so. Let me move the numbers on you. Used to move numbers on me until I had to update it. Any comments on that? I have no idea. What do you mean numbers? I mean, like, they would just, like, the parameters would just jump on their own or something? I don't know. It's weird. Alright, this song is definitely not that. Alright, we're good on our output right there. Okay, I think that sounds pretty good. Let me listen to the song one more time. Ba-da-da. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. There's really not a whole lot you need to add in there. Well, let's go ahead and throw in a white boost, assuming that he has something. Let's put it after the amp. Okay. Let's take out the amp and the cab, put the white boost up front. Maybe too much boost. All right. So that one is My Generation. All right, that was not bad. Let's see what other Who songs we have here. The Who, Won't Get Fooled Again. Sugar down, bow, bow, down, digga down. All right, let's find another one. The Who. Let's do Magic Bus. That was pretty fun. I hadn't heard this song in a while, so. Alright, this is more of like an acoustic guitar. Which is cool. Yeah, this one's more of an acoustic song. Sorry. Ooh, a magic bus. Ah, come on. Let's do Pinball Wizard. That would be a good one. Alright, so that guitar coming in on the left right there, that's definitely a electric guitar. But let's put this over here. Let's change the amp to Jagadown. Jagadown. Do I want to do a deluxe? No, I want to do a tweed bassman. Let's do a bassman. Bass down. See what? Problem is, I'm using a humbucker guitar, and he might be using like a single coil or something. So he's getting like a thinner sound. Well, let me move something here. Because I'm about to run out of juice on my phone. And we need to plug it in. Which is probably something I need to be doing before I start recording. There we go. Alright, what's great about these Reverend guitars though, it has a high pass knob. So I'm going to roll that knob back and kind of thin it out a little bit. See what happens. Let's turn the bright up. Alright, so we're taking the normal channel out. Let's take the presence down. Alright, little bit of presence. Raise the boost up. All right. Check it out. Yeah, so keep the amp clean enough to where you hear the clarity in the sound. Okay, that's the main thing. We're gonna save his new rig. We're gonna say Pinball Wizard. Like that. Okay. Check it out. All right, I'm really just using my ears. All right, it's pretty good. Now, I can choose I can do this with any other amp. So for example, if I put in a different amp here, let's throw in let's do a JCM. Well, let's do a 50 watt. Let's take out that, So this has a master volume and a preamp. So let's turn that on the master volume. And of changing the order of rigs and presets. Order of rigs and presets. You're gonna have to explain what you mean by that. Maybe the order of rigs in set lists, or are you just talking about why I'm putting things in a certain order within the rig itself? Maybe let's go with that. See this post. What about the post? Drive preamp delay on the left. Drive preamp delay on the left. What? No idea. Okay. Pinball Wizard. Yeah, it's still just a good clean. Crank the mids. Hello, sorry. Definitely don't want a 409 on there. Jeez Louise. Alright, let's take out this speaker, take out that amp. We're going with the Marshall here. And we're gonna cut the mids. Alright, I'm liking that. That sounds good. Let's kick in. Let's go hardware sign, take out the amp in the cab. Leave the boost on. Alright, cool. Let me check these comments one more time, because I'm a little baffled. They're changing the order of rigs and presets. See this post. Alright. Maybe you're posting a link for me or something. I'm not sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We've done 4 rigs so far. All from the Who. Alright, let's go back. Let's do one more. Let's make it an even 5 here. And then what I can do is Behind Blue Eyes. Love that song. Neutrogena. Good job. So the big guitar comes in, kind of in the bridge. Here we go. Alright, so let's listen here. Alright, sounds like he's in a room. So let's go new rig. Let's go full on Fender. Let's use the Fender for this one. And let's do a Black Vibe. Alright, let's throw in a little room reverb here, and we're going to do, let's do a medium room, turn the decay down, turn the mix way down. Raise the volume up a little bit. Check the output. Alright, now we can adjust the output from the output gain right here if we wanted to. Sounds great. Alright, cool. Sounds good. And just for fun, let's throw in a little throw in some black op. We're gonna turn the distortion down, the cutoff fairly high. Hardware sign. Black op 11. This is going to be behind blue eyes. All right, I think that's good. So you know that, or you can hear that I'm not adding a lot more crunch than what's already kind of there in the amp. So I just turn it up to where it starts crunching up and then stop. Kick in a little black op, just to maybe fatten up the tone a little bit, but not too much. So I got my volume all the way up, my distortion is down pretty low, and the cutoff is just where it sounds neutral from the EQ point of view. All right, any questions, folks? Got any questions? Changing the order of rigs and presets. All right, still confused on what that is. I will have to figure that out, what you're talking about, and I can do a separate video in the Headrush pedalboard series that you can all go and watch. So, all right. Let's change the view now to set list. Actually, let's change it to rig. And we can see all the rigs within the set list we have. Here's Won't Get Fooled again. Take out the JRC. Alright, that sounds good. Baba O'Reilly. This is in the key of F. Volume up. Alright, that sounds good. Let's do the next bank. My Generation. Burn us down. Alright, that's nice and clean. Here's Pinball Wizard. Alright, now on second here, it's a little too bright for me. But it might sound good in the mix, so that's fine. And here's Behind Blue Eyes. All right, cool. Let's end this with a backing track. And I'm going to kind of play through some of these rigs, and you can hear what it sounds like in the context of a song. So,
hey, I just created a Wix website for my business.
You just create a Wix website. All right. Alright, so one thing I want you to observe when I play lightly is clean, and then when I dig in, it's just a little bit more crunch. So I can put it in a white boost. That's cool. Alright, so you're going to have to work with this with your own guitar, with your own ears, and it may not be exact, but at least it gets you in the context of, you know, getting just a slightly overdriven amp, and then maybe stacking those in a recording, get a big sound, or have that in conjunction with the piano and a bass player to add to the fullness of the sound, so that way the guitar doesn't have to do all the heavy lifting. Because what I'm hearing in these Who songs is just, you know, it's a good, the guitar is nice and loud, but it's not gain, it's not like a gain monster, like if you use like a Mezzo Boogie or Bogner or something like that. So, alright guys, this is Dr. McFarland. I have fun going over some Who songs tonight. And I got a lot of stuff brewing on my website. I got a Headrush tone sculpting course that I'm cranking out videos for that. Kind of going over the same kind of stuff here. But I'm going through every single amp, every single effect, every single cab, and really breaking down the tonal qualities between all of it. And right now it is a set price. You just pay once and you get lifetime access. So I will be uploading new videos pretty much a few times a week. And this thing is going to be a pretty big resource for guys who want to know more about amps and pedals and cabs and how to create tones. But we're just using the Headrush to provide us with all that stuff, because normally you'd have to go out and buy a Marshall or a Fender and whatever else, and the Headrush already has all that for you. So that's what I'm doing there over on my website. I also have a music course, so if you're big in the music theory, or maybe you're not big in the music theory but you want to know more about it, just head over there. I have a anatomy of music course that you can purchase one time, get lifetime access, and once again I'm going to be continually adding and updating that course with new lessons and approaches to playing different instruments and using music theory to communicate those concepts to whatever instrument that you want to play. So